All right, well, over the next couple of years, we're going to see a lot of buzz. And if you're wondering who this guy is, this is Matt Schumont.
Hello.
I should probably mention why Moses isn't here. Clara Hughes, Olympian, she's actually cycling her way into the border city as we speak. So Moses is there, and we'll have, of course, a full story tomorrow. So that's very exciting.
That's pretty cool.
You know what else is pretty exciting? Lloydminster Bobcats news with the RBC Cup, and it means so much to our city and to the team.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's going to bring in a lot of money, going to bring in a lot of fans too. But, you know, what does this mean for the player production on the ice? Well, when it comes to a city hosting the biggest Junior A tournament in the country, your team is going to draw major interest, something Bobcats coach Gord Thibodeau is well aware of.
But it's certainly going to give you another recruiting tool. And that's the key. Kids want that experience of playing in front of, you know, the home crowd in the national championship and in front of probably what's going to be, you know, in the neighborhood of 50 or 60 scouts, both pro and college. So that's a great thing for those players to aspire to. So,
even though the RBC Cup is still a couple years away, Thibodeau and head coach Gary Van Harry won't be waiting for 2016 to come, saying the work to building a championship team starts now.
It's not a situation where you leave it till next year and say, okay, well, now we'll do our job. You have to identify now, you have to project where these players are going to be in the future. And you always have to keep an eye on 2 years down the line.
Now, it would be easy to trade for the best players in the country. However, the Bobcats won't be taking that approach, as Thibodeau says buying a team is not the way to go when you have 2 years.
There's no better way than to get players in early, work with them over the course of hopefully 2 years now, and have them have that success and blossom into that type of team. So you can't buy your way to a championship anymore. You have to develop your own players. You have to recruit your own players.
Well, the Leisure Center will be packed this weekend for the Junior Rebels' second annual swim meet.
Swimmer, change your mark. Go!
Over 250 swimmers from the ages of 5 to 16 will be competing this weekend. Rebels head coach Denise Topman says this meet is used as a measuring stick for the young athletes.
Developmental meet at this time of the season. We don't have our long distance events, which are the 800 and the 1500 meter races. They typically don't start racing those until July when they get a bit more endurance.
Now, some members who look to make waves is 9-year-old Robert Enstrom, who is excited for the home pool advantage.
You're used to the pool, it's not salty, and it's like you're training here, except you try to go really fast.
Their first meet for some of them in our home pool, it's just a comfort level, and plus all the grandparents get to show up, or anybody in town, or aunties, or good family friends.
The event runs all day on Saturday beginning at 8 a.m. All right, to baseball now with 2 games on the NSRBL schedule last night. We'll begin with the defending champion Lloydminster Twins as they open up their home schedule with a meeting against the winless St. Walburg Reds. And it was a big game by this guy, pitcher Lucas Church, leaving his mark in this one for the Twinkies. Top of the 5th, Church striking out consecutive Reds. So good, even praying won't get you anywhere at bat on this one. Church with 11 Ks and allowing just a single hit. Meanwhile, the Reds putting up some Ks of their own, catching the batter window shopping right there. Now the game takes an unexpected turn as a dust storm brews up thanks to street cleaning in the area. You can barely see the players in the outfield. Things did clear up, and with the score 3-0, a pop fly to center, but the outfielder can't handle it. That brings home 2 runs. Twins would add 1 more and take this one by a score of 6-0.
Lucas threw a hell of a game tonight. 11 strikeouts, 1 hitter. So anytime you can do that, a complete game, it's definitely helps out save our arms early in the year here with 5 games in 8 days or 9 days or whatever it is. It's pretty hard on our pitching staff, but we've got some great pitching.
Meanwhile, the Midwest Expos hosting the Mervyn Flyers after their game was rained out last week. Now a sloppy play at third, and we have ourselves a mini showdown of sorts at the plate. Catcher tries to go for the out at third. The throw is too high. They'll cash in another run. The Expos would easily defeat the Flyers, taking this one by a score of 9-2. And a busy Tuesday night in the NSRBL with 4 games on tap. Fingers crossed the weather and the rain kind of holds up on this one. The Twins will play on back-to-back nights as they try for their 4th straight win when they host the Unity Cardinals, who are also undefeated on the season. In the North Battleford the Border City Blue Jays, hot offense will look to continue as they push for a 4th win in a row against the Beavers. In Wilkie, a pair of teams who are still in search of their first win will hook up when the Brewers take on the Macklin Lakers. And finally, it's the battle of the Sox as Meadow Lake host Edam.